Yo, do not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. Yeah, holla at your boy. It's Big Vern. Y'all know how we do it. On a frigid Tuesday here in the Midwest, we're in a heat wave. Today's high is going to be 55, so make sure you bundle up because this is still pneumonia weather. We also got a hint of snow, I think I seen in the forecast headed our way. So, again, make sure you dress properly. So, in our last segment, we talked about Cooper Kupp and how the Rams have a sense of urgency to move him. Not because he's a headache, not because he's being a bad teammate or a distraction. They're moving a guy because they don't want to pay him what they owe him. And he's not going to restructure his money. So, make that make sense. So from the NFC West, we go to the AFC North, and Myles Garrett is requesting a trade from the Cleveland Browns. And it's the same thing. Myles Garrett, he's not a distraction, he's not a headache. He wants to trade. However, the other gentleman you see in the graphic, Mr. Andrew Berry, he's the GM of the Cleveland Browns. He's not willing to make the trade because when Garrett asked to be released and go play for a chip, Mr. Andrew Berry hit him with the Vince McMahon intro. You've got no chance in hell. We'll go and get more into this story when we get back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. 2025, new album out on the streets. Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? Hidden in plain sight, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it's Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites are Hidden in Plain Sight, the feature track with Conway the Machine and Styles P, Big Wings, and Britt James. Bodie James and Who the Hell is Carlo? Hidden in Plain Sight, in stores. Yeah, Bodie James. I like Bodie James. I like the whole West Side Gun thing. So when we get back into Myles Garrett, he's asking for his money. Well, no, he's not asking for money. Pardon me. He's asking for a release. And Garrett, he said, as a kid, dreaming of the NFL, all I focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl. And the goal fuels me today more than ever. My love for the community of Northeast Ohio and the ridiculous fan base. The Browns are ridiculous, dude. Myles Garrett is more endearing than I am, but Cleveland fan is ridiculous and super violent. Cleveland fan is just as violent as Philly fan, if not more, because at least Philly is winning games. Every game in Cleveland, you will get into a fight if you are not on your best behavior. Your best behavior being going to the game and not saying anything in an opposing jersey and putting on those Midwest manners. You'll get out of there with a couple of racial epithets thrown at you and then probably a couple of pieces of snow chucked if it's that time of year. I digress. The incredible fan base of the Cleveland Browns. They have made this one of the toughest decisions of my life. These past 8 years have been shaped with many memories and a place I like to call home. While I've loved calling the city my home, my desire is to win and compete at the biggest stages. And Cleveland doesn't allow me to do that. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. It was always and still will be to compete for and win a Super Bowl, end quote. So you can see where he's very careful about the words that he selected to say, hey, look, you all haven't put a product out there that has gotten me to my ultimate goal of a Super Bowl. And they haven't. They haven't. And with that in mind, I just got a question for Cleveland fans. If you lose Myles Garrett on defense, you know wherever he lands, he's going to be an impact player. And if Myles Garrett is going to walk next door into the Baltimore Ravens facilities and be that transformative out there, that could be the difference in them getting to a Super Bowl. That's how transformative, that's how impactful that Myles Garrett is. He's got the ability to make somebody a Super Bowl contender legitly. So I tell you what, let's get on the other side of this rap album that we're promoting this month, and then when we come back, we'll talk more about this whole Myles Garrett situation. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Now, bam, 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 bam. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. Promoting the new rap album, The Mussolini, True Player in the Game, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is True Game, Her and Her. That song's crazy. That song's crazy. Feels Better, Fly With Me featuring Jimmy Waters, and many more. The Mussolini, True to the Game, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to the Mussolini. I like Moose. I think the album is pretty dope. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. First thing, we only pop music we listen to. So I don't listen to a lot of commercial music because it doesn't serve a purpose. You have to be talking about something. I think music has gotten so bad, especially on the hip hop side. I'll go ahead and do a take about that later. So when we get back into Myles Garrett, and shout out to Myles Garrett, because he didn't go all mercenary like my services are out there for the highest bidder. He's substance-based, and he wants a chip, but hates that he can't get it in Cleveland. He likes the fan base, the people. Like I said, they gave him love, and he gave them a dime, almost a dime, because he's been there for 8 years. So you can't blame him for wanting to go somewhere and become a winner. And if you're Andrew Berry, do you do the right thing and help this man live his childhood dreams? Because at the end of the day, the NFL is a business, I know. And you have to go ahead and treat this like a business decision. This can't be, we family, let's do it for the love. And no, that's bullshit. This is a business. And if this is a childhood dream of his, and he's done nothing but be lights out for the organization, why not have goodwill and send him on his way? But if you send him on his way, what's fair compensation? I don't know. The 6-time All Pro Bowl second team, two second team All NFL, has tallied 7 consecutive seasons with double-digit sacks and has topped at least 14 sacks in each of the last 4 years. In the 17 games played this season, Garrett totaled 14 sacks, 28 quarterback hits, 3 forced fumbles, and a league-leading 22 tackles for a loss. This dude is a full-blown menace on the field. He is a full-blown menace. He's bald Derek White in shoulder pads out there getting it for the Browns. And I understand why you wouldn't want to give up this kind of productivity. Again, I said if he goes somewhere else, he's a transformative player. He could be the difference in getting the Ravens over the hump and into a Super Bowl where they have a good chance to actually win. But what do you do with that? And what would be fair compensation for Cleveland for his services? I just don't know. And the Browns are at a crossroads. Because Garrett, he's got 2 years left on his contract. His contract expires in 2026. You know he wants to go somewhere. You know he wants to go somewhere else. He wants to win a chip. That's his motivation. He's done that since he was a child. And if Andrew Berry is going to come out and play himself, he was like, well, I would never trade him, not for 2 first-round draft picks. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Because if he is this defiant and he's nowhere near 2026, you face the Cleveland Browns. When I say you, Cleveland Brown, the Browns and the fan base, the dog pound, you all face pretty much this man walking away and you getting nothing. And I know that's not fair compensation. And he could go ahead. He can't do the holdout because of the NFL Players Union. They will find this man until the cows come home. He can do a sit-in where he just shows up and he doesn't participate to force the organization's hand. We talked about that last season before the season started. A lot of guys were just showing up to camp and they wasn't competing. They wasn't doing anything, dressed in street clothes, and it was so they wouldn't get fined. I'm not saying Myles Garrett would pull that, but what I am saying is if he's this adamant about leaving, there's nothing you can do to change his mind. And so you prolonging this, trying to play chicken, it's not going to work out. You may as well start entertaining offers so you can go ahead and move him while he's still a happy camper about the situation. However, I may be wrong. I don't think I am. But if you are a Cleveland Browns fan, get in the chat. Let me know. What's fair compensation if you trade Myles Garrett? This is Big Vern. I'll be back.